From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. This is Dateline Malacañang. 3 out of every 4 local government units or LGUs nationwide have been provided with patient transport vehicles or PTVs, with more on the way as part of government efforts to strengthen the Philippines' emergency healthcare system. This as President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. led the turnover of 124 PTV units for Eastern Visayas LGUs in Ormoc City, Leyte Province. In his message, President Marcos said the rollout is part of his administration's commitment to ensure that every province, city, and municipality will have access to emergency medical transport.
We came here because this is part of the continuing, shall we say, strengthening of our healthcare system. Dahil talaga, bata pa ako, ay lagi pinapaalala sa akin ng aking mga ninuno na kahit gaano kakayaman, kahit gaano kakasikat, pag ikaw ay may sakit, hindi mo ma-enjoy lahat ng pinaghirapan mo buong buhay mo. So you have the most important thing for every person, hindi lang sa in politics or in public service, pero bawat tao ang pinakamahalaga ang kalusugan. And so that's what we have focused ourselves on.
The Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, or PCSO, which implements the Medical Transport Vehicle Donation Program, has already delivered 1,297 PTVs nationwide, covering 75% of all LGUs. The vehicles are equipped with stretchers, oxygen tanks, wheelchairs, first aid kits, blood pressure monitors, and medicine cabinets, enabling safe and timely patient transfers, especially in remote communities. President Marcos said the initiative directly supports the Universal Health Care Act by making essential health services accessible. The chief executive also highlighted other ongoing reforms, such as the establishment of specialty centers, cancer and dialysis facilities, and the introduction of zero billing in Department of Health hospitals.
So this is the model that we think is the most practical. It will cover 90+% of all the needs of a patient. He can work as an ambulance, it can work as a transport vehicle. So as of now, we have out of the 1,642 cities and towns, we have been able to give away 1,173 na PTV. So malapit na. Pinapangako sa akin ni Mel ang ating that by the end of the year we will start already the second round. Kasi pag natapos na namin mag 100% na lahat itong 1,642 na bayan at saka lungsod, babalikan din namin. Meron dyan talaga, yung maliit, okay na yung isa. Pero yung malalaki, kulang. So, baka bigyan na naman natin ng isa pa. So, we have to, patuloy lang namin gagawin hanggang medyo naman maayos na yung ating sistema ng ganyan.
For 2025, PCSO has allocated 1 billion pesos for the procurement of an additional 395 units, keeping the program on track to achieve full nationwide coverage before the year ends.
Dateline Malacañang.
Meanwhile, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. expressed admiration for the 100 million peso RM-TAN Solar Pump Irrigation Project or SPIP in Ormoc City, the largest of its kind in Eastern Visayas, citing its use of advanced technology to boost farm productivity. The facility, developed by the National Irrigation Administration or NIA, features 7 10-horsepower solar-powered pumps designed to irrigate 100 hectares of farmland twice a year. It is expected to benefit 92 farmers and their families by replacing costly diesel pumps with a cleaner and more efficient irrigation system.
We just came from yung Chuchi na village where nagkapagtayo kami ng isang irrigation pumping station that is solar powered that covers 100 hectares. So ito yung ginagawa. We have built over 100 of those around the country already. I just wanted to see how it worked. Maganda naman. We're using the best of high technology. May satellite imaging, merong AI na ginagamit. It's really impressive kasi napakaganda sa ani.
The President underscored that the project embodies his administration's push for climate-smart agriculture and food security, stressing that renewable energy-driven irrigation will ease costs for farmers while improving yields. The Ormoc SPIP forms part of NIA's nationwide rollout of solar-powered irrigation systems, with 11 projects currently nearing completion in Eastern Visayas alone. After inspecting the projects, Marcos led the distribution of patient transport vehicles to Eastern Visayas local governments.
Dateline Malacañang.
Also on Monday, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. visited the Department of Health Eastern Visayas Medical Center or DOH-EVMC in Tacloban City to evaluate the implementation and effectiveness of the Zero Balance Billing or ZBB program. In his media statement, the President announced that under the ZBB program, patients and their families will no longer shoulder additional costs after discharge, as expenses are fully covered by the DOH and the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation or PhilHealth. President Marcos also emphasized the importance of ensuring that all DOH hospitals nationwide strictly adhere to procedures so Filipinos receive proper care without financial burden.
Ngayon, we just have to make sure na lahat ng ospital sa buong Pilipinas, alam nila ang procedure. Kasi bago ito. But I think kaya naman nila because maliwanag naman kung ano yung PhilHealth, ano yung sa DOH, at sinong qualified. Lahat naman halos qualified. This is for kung kailangan magpa-confine. Pagka hindi kailangan magpa-confine, tinuturuan natin ang ating mga kababayan, pumunta muna sa Bukas Center. Baka naman, kung ano yung reklamo nila, baka maayos naman sa Bukas Center. Pero kung hindi kaya ng Bukas Center, papupuntahin naman sila sa ospital at aalagaan din sila. And again, zero billing ang paglabas. Wala na sila, walang dagdag na bayad, wala nang dokumento, wala nang kailangan gawin. Pipirma na lang, pwede na nilang i-uwi ang kanilang pasyente.
That was Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin delivered a keynote address urging continued support for the micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs, and development partners during the 2025 Presidential Awards for Outstanding MSMEs and Presidential Recognition for Outstanding Development Partners at the Heroes Hall in Malacañang Palace. The Executive Secretary expressed Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s appreciation to the MSME sector, recognizing its vital contributions to the country's economy. Bersamin noted that MSMEs comprise over 99.6% of all business establishments and emphasized the administration's continued support for the MSME sector. The plan also focuses on building digital capabilities and integrating MSMEs into the global digital economy, including e-commerce, artificial intelligence or AI-powered systems, digital finance, and smart logistics. Concluding his remarks, Executive Secretary Bersamin urged everyone to patronize local products and pledge stronger interagency coordination to ensure effective program implementation for MSMEs, complementing the rapid expansion of digital infrastructure nationwide.
At the Presidential Awards for Outstanding MSMEs and the Presidential Recognition for Outstanding Development Partners, we celebrate all the exceptional Filipino entrepreneurs. These individuals and groups have chosen courage over comfort, perseverance over surrender, and service over self-interest. They have raised the standards of excellence, created countless opportunities for others, and proved that success can be built from the ground up. MSMEs comprise over 99.6% of all business establishments in our country. Indeed, you are the backbone of our economy, the beating heart of our barangays, and the sparks of innovation that keep our industries alive. Through the implementation of the MSME Development Plan 2023 to 2028, we are fostering a business climate that encourages innovation, expands market reach, and promotes competitiveness. Together, let us deliver services that open doors of opportunity wide enough for every Filipino to walk through. And let us do so with the conviction that no dream is too small, no ambition too far, and no Filipino is ever left behind.
I was Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin.
Dateline Malacañang.
In other news, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has created the Education and Workforce Development Group, or EWDG, as the government's main coordinating body to address persistent problems in the country's education sector, including weak teacher support, fragmented programs, and inconsistent policies. The EWDG was established through Administrative Order, or AO number 36, signed by the President on August 13th and made public Monday. The new body will be chaired by the President, with the Education Secretary as co-chair and the Labor Secretary as vice-chair. Other members include the heads of the Commission on Higher Education, Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, Department of Migrant Workers, and Department of Economy, Planning and Development. AO 36 cited the findings of the Second Congressional Commission on Education, or EDCOM-2, which flagged fragmented implementation of programs, misaligned teacher development, and inconsistent planning as among the key barriers to reform. The EWDG is tasked to craft a 10-year national education and workforce development plan, review existing interagency bodies, and assess legal and policy frameworks on education and workforce training. It is also mandated to submit monthly performance reports to the President and the Executive Secretary and may create technical working groups to support its mandate. Malacañang said the creation of the EWDG is part of the administration's broader push to align education reforms with labor market needs, ensure stronger teacher development, and equip Filipino learners with skills for a competitive workforce.
Dateline Malacañang.
Malacañang has reorganized the Economy and Development or ED Council and its committees, giving the Office of the Special Assistant to the President for Investment and Economic Affairs or SAPIA a stronger hand in economic decision-making. The changes aimed at ensuring greater coherence in the government's economic planning and policy making are contained in Administrative Order or AO number 37, signed by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin on August 13th and released to the public on Monday. The order takes effect retroactively from April 27, 2025. AO 37 follows the passage of Republic Act or RA 12145 or the Economy Planning and Development Act, which renamed the National Economic and Development Authority or NEDA as the Department of Economy Planning and Development or DepDev and reconstituted the NEDA Board as the ED Council. The law authorizes the President to reorganize the ED Council and its committees whenever necessary to improve performance. Under the new configuration, the Office of the SAPIA will play a larger role in economic governance. The SAPIA will sit as a member of the ED Council and represent the Office of the President, including the Executive Secretary, in the Development Budget Coordination Committee or DBCC, Investment Coordination Committee or ICC, Infrastructure Committee, and Social Development Committee or SDC. The SAPIA has also been designated chairperson of the Economic Development Committee, with the DepDev Secretary and the Finance Secretary serving as vice chairpersons. Other key adjustments include the designation of the Finance Secretary as co-chair of the DBCC alongside the Budget Secretary. Membership of the SDC has been expanded to include the Secretaries of Agrarian Reform, the Director General of the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, and the lead convener of the National Anti-Poverty Commission. The Tariff and Related Matters Committee, or TRMC, will now also include the Secretaries of Agrarian Reform and Environment and Natural Resources. Malacañang said the reorganization will help ensure continuity in the integration, coordination, and implementation of various socio-economic policies and programs of the government in line with the President's constitutional mandate to ensure the faithful execution of laws.
Dateline Malacañang.
In compliance with President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s directive to assist Filipinos in distress and ensure their welfare and safety, the Philippine government has successfully repatriated 39 Filipino human trafficking victims from Lagos, Nigeria. The repatriates arrived at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport or NAIA Terminal 3 in Pasay City on Monday, August 18th, via flight QR 932. Meanwhile, the young Filipino mother who recently gave birth in detention and met by Secretary Hans Leo Magpayo during his visit in Nigeria will be soon repatriated until fully recovered and cleared for travel with her infant. The victims were among those arrested during a large-scale Nigerian government raid in December of 2024 targeting cryptocurrency and love scam operations. They were falsely promised of legitimate jobs as customer service representatives with a salary of $1,000 for a 6-month contract including free board and lodging, but later forced into cyber scams and subjected to threats, withheld passports, and exploitative working conditions. With the assistance of the Philippine Embassy in Abuja and the Honorary Consulate in Lagos, the victims entered plea bargaining to expedite their release. Their repatriation was made possible following the visit of the Department of Migrant Workers or DMW and the Philippine Embassy in Abuja, Nigeria last August 17th. The whole of government joined Secretary Kakdak along with House Committee on Overseas Workers Affairs or HCOWA Chairperson Representative Brian Revilla in welcoming the repatriated OFWs. Secretary Kakdak reiterated the department's commitment to ensure the reintegration of the repatriated OFWs back to their communities. Each victim also received 50,000 pesos in financial assistance from the DMW's Action Fund and temporary accommodation from the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration or OWA, aside from the immediate medical and psychosocial services and referral to their respective local government units or LGUs for further assistance. Representative Revilla, meanwhile, emphasized the government's commitment to ensure the safety and welfare of OFWs. The DMW reminds OFWs and job seekers to remain vigilant against illegal recruitment and human trafficking schemes and assures the public that the Philippine government will continue to stand by its commitment to protect the rights and welfare of Filipino migrant workers worldwide. The whole of government team that secured the return of the victims are the DFA, DMW, OWA, House of Representatives, Department of Social Welfare and Development, Bureau of Immigration, Department of Justice, New NAIA Infrastructure Corporation, Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, and the Interagency Council Against Trafficking, or IACAT.
Dateline Malacañang.
And finally, the Philippine National Police or PNP has deployed some 10,000 cops to maintain peace and order during the first parliamentary elections in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao or BARM on October 13th. In a press briefing on Monday, PNP Chief General Nicolas Torre III said, in accordance with a Commission on Elections or COMELEC resolution, a gun ban started in the region on August 14th and will last until October 28th or the election period for the BARM polls. Torre said they are exerting all the efforts to prevent poll-related violence. The PNP chief said 94 towns and or municipalities in BARM have been placed under red category or areas of grave concern. 2 towns, namely Buluan in Maguindanao del Sur and Dato Odin Sinsuat in Maguindanao del Norte, are under COMELEC control due to violence, but the declaration may be lifted soon.
Bilang bahagi naman ng paghahanda para sa 2025 BARM elections, nakapag-deploy na ang PNP ng almost 10,000 na personnel sa iba't ibang bahagi ng BARM at kasabay nito ay based sa COMELEC resolution ating ipagpatupad ang gun ban mula August 14 hanggang October 28. Batay sa datos ng COMELEC, may 94 sa 108 na bayan at lungsod ng BARM ang itinuturing na election areas of concern at 29 ang nasa red category or areas of grave concern. 2 pang bayan ang Buluan sa Maguindanao del Sur at Dato Odin Sinsuat sa Maguindanao del Norte ang kasalukuyang nasa ilalim ng COMELEC control. Ang lahat ng hakbang na ito ay bahagi ng ating masusing preparasyon upang matiyak ang ligtas, mapayapa at credible na halalan sa rehiyon.
That was Philippine National Police Chief General Nicolas Torre III.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, Radyo Pilipinas World Service of the Presidential Broadcast Service is now live on audio streaming. Just download Evox PBS Receiver on your Google Play Store or the App Store from your Apple phone. You can also visit our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Just type in and search for Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our posts as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.